about the deselection of 4 very capable Asian councillors in Sandwell. It is also about the National Executive Committee of the Labour Party taking control of the selection process and, quite frankly, moving Asian councillors and Asian candidates around like pawns in order to reinforce white control of the Sandwell Labour group. They will not be able to stand as Labour candidates, and that will affect the composition of the Labour group. There will be fewer Asian and ethnic minority councillors in Sandwell as a result of the decisions taken by the National Executive Committee. Locally, the safest Labour ward has the largest ethnic minority population. The Indian councillor, who has represented it for many years, has been replaced by a white middle-aged candidate who lost a seat in the last local elections. That is not acceptable. He is not representative of the wider community in the ward that he's seeking to represent. I believe it is an agenda driven by a small number on the National Executive Committee. I don't think the leadership of the Labour Party is aware of exactly what has been going on behind the scenes. It is essentially a personal agenda being driven by a clique of people who are conning the rest of the National Executive Committee into taking decisions which are profoundly embarrassing for the Labour Party and likely to lose a seats in both local elections and the general.
So we're standing here at the headquarters of the Labour Party in West Bromwich Central. My main concern is that I put a formal complaint through. I've been deselected as a Labour Party councillor for standing in the May 22 elections this coming year in 2022. I was standing firstly in 2018 as a Labour Party councillor for St Paul's Ward. I was selected then as a councillor and there was no issues or concerns. Now when I did my interview this last Thursday, I've been told that I've been unsuccessful as a candidate for the Labour Party because apparently I don't understand my role as a councillor. So are they telling me that I was suitable for a candidate in the last 4 years, that I'm not suitable to stand as a candidate now? I see this as a potential racist attack, not just towards myself but my other 4 fellow councillors that have also been deselected. I feel like this was done on a private basis in between. It was a game between people who are obviously in the party but who obviously are hidden behind closed doors. This needs to be made public as much as possible. We see these things happening and we see that the Labour Party says that it's going to play equally and fairly with its people. They encourage women to join the Labour Party, and the Labour Party leader encourages the frontline workers to become members of the Labour Party, not just to become councillors but to stand as key members of the Labour Party itself. And when they do these kinds of things, we get pushed away. We are trying to encourage women, especially from Black and Asian backgrounds, to come forward, to stand as Labour Party members, to raise their voices and concerns, not to go and hide behind closed doors and not to face these challenges. I'm happy to face any challenge that will come ahead of me in sight of this formal complaint, and I'm happy to take on any questions. Thank you.
Hello there. My name's Gulshan. I have been successful in the interview stage for the upcoming elections in 2022. This is the second time I've been successful. Unfortunately, I've been put into another ward which I know I won't win, and the NEC also know that I won't win. They have simply just put me there as a token to say that we put a BAME member in that community. However, it is to be noted that in Wednesbury East, most of them are male members, and they've just simply put one female there to make up the numbers, and they know that I won't win. And it is also to be noted that Liam Priest, the councillor that was sitting in the ward they have allocated to me, Charmondsbury Grove Vale, was a sitting councillor for 15 years. I say that, you know, he should have been put back into that ward and not been given a safe ward in West Bromwich Central, because he's a male and I'm a female, and just to make up the numbers they simply put me into a ward which won't win. They've seen and analysed the demographics of these wards, so they know I won't win. So I want answers. This is unfair. Why have they done this to me? I really don't understand. And that's what I simply want, answers, because we should all get treated equally.
We are against racism! 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 We against racism. 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 We against racism.